As the sirens sounded on a third Adelaide premiership, one word was on everyone's lips: dynasty. It's pretty strange. AFLW has had 5 grand finals, we've been part of 4, and won 3, Captain Chelsea Randle told ABC Sport. Strange was typically understated from Randall. More accurate is that it's a record immune to superlatives. Adelaide's third triumph, in the final season before all 18 clubs enter the competition, definitively stamps their dominance on what will historically become known as AFLW's first chapter. Most importantly for the Crows competitors, the growth of AFLW will see the belated introduction of a Port Adelaide side, splitting the South Australian talent pool for the first time. With an inevitable raid coming from their crosstown rivals, Adelaide's envied culture is set to face its most strenuous test yet. Port questions linger for game's greatest player. Erin Phillips scored in Adelaide's grand final victory over Melbourne, but remained tight-lipped as to whether she would kick any more for the Crows. The first and most important chess piece in this equation is Erin Phillips. Phillips' legacy speaks for itself: 3-time premiership champion, 2-time league best and fairest, 2-time best on ground in a grand final, 2-time club champion, 3-time All-Australian, the list goes on. There's nothing she has left to prove, nothing left to achieve. Except, of course, the romance of leading the club her father won 8 SANFL premierships for, the club she once said had been my life, the life of my family. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest, Phillips told ABC Sport in the rooms after the game. I haven't made a decision. All the talk around my future is just other people predicting things. Phillips never set out to play for Port Adelaide's fiercest rival. Back in 2015, she was publicly revealed as Port Adelaide's first signing. In fact, in a press conference held for the announcement, she went so far as to say, "If you cut me open, I've got black and white blood." Erin Phillips once said she bled Port Adelaide's black and white colours, but she has been and always will be an Adelaide legend. The irony of the power twice opting not to apply for an AFL licence is that it has gifted the tricolours the greatest player in the history of the women's game. Port's own goal is Adelaide's win, no matter what Phillips chooses to do next. She also hinted that the decision may not be as simple as Adelaide or Port. "This could be my last game," said Phillips. "I'll spend the next couple of weeks just enjoying this, letting the emotions come down, and we'll see what happens after that." Phillips added that she would need to discuss her future with wife Tracy Gahan, who she met playing basketball in the United States. "She hasn't been back home to Dallas for 2.5 years, said Phillips. "She had made the ultimate sacrifice to allow me to live out my dream. We've got 3 kids, a beautiful life together, and the biggest thing I have to think about is how do we get back home first. That's been so hard for her. I can't tell you how unbelievably strong she's been. What will be will be." Phillips' teammates were tight-lipped about what the Stars' next move would be, including captain Chelsea Randle. "Flip and I are best mates, she's the yin to my yang. It's pretty special what we've been able to do on the field over the last couple of years." Chelsea Randle described Erin Phillips as the yin to her yang. "We have some amazing memories together, so what will be, we're just going to enjoy this for now." Importantly, Randall backed the club's culture to ensure continued success despite the power circling. "We've had a really strong foundation from the word go, with an inaugural coach, Beck Goddard and Erin Phillips, and the rest of the team just buy into that. It's exceptional. With the Doc Matthew Clark coming in, he's basically joined on the back of that and been an incredible coach for us." One player who won't be leaving is cult hero Ebony Marinoff, who was popping champagne in the rooms after the game. "No, I'm not going to Port. I can tell you that right now," she said with a trademark grin. "I love this club, and we've got 3 flags. I want to go chase some more." Like Randall, Marinoff said her loyalty to the Crows came down to the bonds built between players and club. "There are so many past players in the room here today, and that just shows the love we have for each other. There's something special about this group. and you only really know how special it is when you're in the four walls. We have been talking about wanting to be a dynasty club, and you probably have to say that we classify as that now with 3 cups.